The Super Bowl parade just ended, yet the NFL has already detonated its entire landscape, launching a deep ball from Michael Pittman Jr. as he secures the rock in a way that will leave casual viewers stunned until training camp begins. All pros are debuting fresh jerseys and lids, franchise icons are defecting to rivals, while stars collect checks from two teams in 2026. If you took a breath this spring, you missed the tectonic shift. Here are 10 NFL stars who moved while you slept. First up, Minkah Fitzpatrick joins the Jets. This move is a total shocker that defies logic. We are talking about a 5-time Pro Bowler and 3-time All-Pro. A legendary ball hawk of this era, traded to the New York Jets for a 7th-round scrap before signing a massive, team-friendly bargain deal. This blockbuster went unnoticed because Fitzpatrick is hitting 30 this season and just finished a year that looked shockingly human for him. New York is not playing. They handed him a $40 million extension immediately after the swap. The Jets' defense has spent years chasing an elite safety duo. Snagging a defensive mastermind with his pedigree, even if he is slightly past his prime, is a massive upgrade for a secondary in desperate need. Think this quiet deal does not matter for New York. Remember, he was suffocating in that Miami circus where chaos reigned supreme. That fire sale gave him a homecoming. Next, David Montgomery to the Houston Texans. The Detroit Lions just traded away the heartbeat of their locker room. While the national media ignores this move, the Detroit faithful are absolutely losing their minds. David Montgomery was the physical thunder to Jamie Gibbs' lightning. He was the human battering ram who moved the chains when the game was on the line. Detroit shipped him to Houston for Juice Scruggs, a 2026 4th-rounder, and 2027 7th-rounder. Amon-Ra St. Brown was devastated, calling him a starter on 31 other teams. It is a huge statement when a star player openly mourns a teammate shipped out by management. Montgomery reportedly wanted more touches after being the second option in 2025. Trust me, he is about to get that workload in Houston. He enters a C.J. Stroud offense that desperately needs a physical closer to fix their goal line struggles. Adding a proven powerhouse to that system is a brilliant move. Detroit is gambling that Gibbs can handle everything. Houston is banking on a warrior who has fought for every single yard. Nobody is watching this trade. Next, Wan'Dale Robinson to the Tennessee Titans. Robinson ditched the Giants for the Titans as the centerpiece of their massive offseason spending spree. Here is the secret that makes this move dangerous. Robinson is reuniting with offensive mastermind Brian Daboll. This duo was absolute magic during their tenure in New York. Daboll knows exactly how to weaponize Robinson's elite routes and speed in the short and intermediate passing game. The Titans have $90 million in cap space. They are giving their young quarterback a reliable slot weapon who already speaks the coach's language. That is the kind of high move that transforms an entire offense. The head-scratcher, paying $19.5 million a year for a guy with 0,000-yard seasons. Robinson is a legit talent, but that massive paycheck puts him alongside the league's elite, despite being a secondary option his whole career. Now, let's talk Tariq Woolen to the Eagles. This offseason just dropped a massive bombshell that nobody saw coming. A championship-winning signal caller is ditching the throne for another NFL powerhouse. After 4 dominant years in Seattle, he became a cornerstone of the Pacific Northwest defensive rebirth, culminating in that Super Bowl 60 victory. Now he's switched sides, signing a $15 million deal in Philly. The Eagles needed a legitimate lockdown starter to pair with Quinion Mitchell. Woolen fits that elite mold. The rookie Pro Bowler tallied 53 pass deflections during his Seattle tenure. He allowed a measly 31.3% completion rate last season. Howie Roseman just stole a championship-caliber corner for basically nothing against the cap. This move makes Philadelphia an even bigger nightmare to play against. They uncover value in places that other franchises simply ignore. DJ Moore, Buffalo Bills. He was Chicago's undisputed #1 receiver. The Bears escaped their rebuild fast thanks to Caleb Williams' arrival. Now they're banking on their younger weapons to take over. Moore lands in Buffalo to catch heat from Josh Allen's cannon arm. This blockbuster happened so early it actually caught the football world napping. Chicago traded Moore and a 2026 pick for a 2nd-rounder. The Bears get assets to keep surrounding their young quarterback. Buffalo gets a 28-year-old stud who produces everywhere he goes. Despite some rough years, the connection in Chicago was finally clicking. It is impossible to deny this is a massive career upgrade. Josh Allen elevates every single receiver around him. Just look at the leap he took once Stephon Diggs arrived. Adding a technician like Moore to this aerial attack is a nightmare. Chicago's leadership had to make the move for the cap space it provided, but make no mistake about it, Chicago fans will feel the sting when Moore starts lighting it up. Isaiah Pacheco, Detroit Lions running back. With David Montgomery gone, Detroit's backfield was suddenly looking very thin. Their fix was signing former Kansas City powerhouse Isaiah Pacheco after losing ground to Kenneth Walker. He signed a cheap prove-it deal. He totaled 935 yards and powered 2 championship runs. Injuries cost him 14 games, letting this deal slide under the radar. At this stage of play, nobody expects him to match Montgomery's specific level of bruising production, but as a change of pace for Jamie Gibbs, he will dominate. Ignore the name. This is a low-risk steal for a backup role. Travis Etienne, New Orleans Saints. This move is flying too low, but it's massive for Louisiana because before his legendary Clemson run, he was the undisputed king of Louisiana high school football. After a monster year in Jacksonville, the 27-year-old is coming home. A $52 million deal brings him to the Saints. With Alvin Kamara's prime fading, the fit is absolutely perfect. The Big Easy just found its heartbeat, snagging the most lethal all-around back left on the board. This isn't just business. It's personal for Etienne, returning home to settle a score in Jennings, Louisiana. We're all waiting to see if this homecoming delivers. Next up, Reed Blankenship, safety, Houston Texans. Talk about an undrafted underdog story that refuses to stop peaking. Coming out of Middle Tennessee State in 2022. Blankenship was a total afterthought to every scout. He fought tooth and nail for an Eagles jersey, grinding out 4 gritty years in Philly. He transformed into the brain of a championship defense, walking away with a shiny Super Bowl ring. He might not look like a physical freak on paper, but the tape tells a different story. He was the absolute heartbeat of that Philadelphia secondary, the glue holding it all together. In free agency, he quietly bagged a 3-year, $24.75 million deal with $16.5 million guaranteed. Houston just stole a 27-year-old champion who mastered the league's most brutal defensive scheme. That is the exact brand of veteran grit the Texans need to lead their young locker room. Combined with a terrifying pass rush in H-Town, this roster is officially built for a deep run. Blankenship might be the final piece. Now, let's look at Isaiah Likely, tight end, New York Giants. After years of waiting in the wings, the shadows are finally disappearing for this star. Isaiah Likely is ready to explode. Now that Baltimore blinked and New York pounced on his talent, he spent 4 seasons in Baltimore's shadow, studying under a generational talent like Mark Andrews. Every time he touched the grass, he flashed the kind of elite hands that demand the ball. At only 25 years old, he's finally stepping into the lead role he has clearly earned. The Giants' tight end spot has been a revolving door of total disappointment for years. Snagging a rising star from one of the league's deepest position rooms is a masterclass move. This is the high-stakes, high-reward gamble the G-men desperately needed to make this year. He isn't the biggest household name yet, but don't let the lack of hype fool you. Die-hard fans who tracked that Ravens offense know exactly what is coming to the Meadowlands. They are getting a cornerstone threat, poised for a massive breakout in a system designed for him. Baltimore is sweating this one out. They know they let a monster walk next. Michael Pittman Jr., Pittsburgh. Easily one of the most dangerously efficient receivers that absolutely nobody is talking about. Michael Pittman Jr. was shipped to Pittsburgh for almost nothing in a quiet late-round pick swap. A 6th-round pick goes to the Steel City, while a 7th-rounder heads back to Indy. He is likely laughing to the bank after signing a $59 million extension with the Steelers. Honestly, this trade feels like a rare win for every single person involved in the deal. Indy kept Alec Pierce, Pittman got his spotlight, and Pittsburgh found a partner for K. Metcalf. Colts fans are probably reeling from how fast this divorce actually went down. Pittman was the only sure thing in that Indy offense for a long time. Seeing him celebrate in a Steelers jersey will leave a mark, no matter the logic. And let's be real, getting only a 6th-round pick backfield is like a total robbery for Indy. Respect to Indy for doing right by a veteran, but Steelers fans should be absolutely ecstatic. Pittsburgh's passing game was predictable last year, but Pittman's arrival completely flips the script. This move might even entice Aaron Rodgers to hold off on retirement for one more season. But tell us, which of these off-season shockers caught you off guard the most? Who is going to be the absolute game changer when the lights come on? Did we nail these, or did we completely whiff on a major move? Drop your takes in the comments below. If you enjoyed the breakdown and learned a thing or two, show us some love. Smashing that like button helps us out a ton, and we truly appreciate the support. Hit that subscribe button now, because we're dropping fresh heat like this every single day. Massive respect for the support. Keep that fire burning. See you at the buzzer.